Hi, what is going on? My name is Cole Zarek. Welcome to the channel, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today we have a very interesting, awesome video for you guys where we have Atlas on our show. If you are fans of Atlas, then welcome. Hope you enjoy the interview. He talks about a lot of interesting stuff, and we go into it more. If you are not familiar with Atlas, he is an artist on SoundCloud with millions of plays, over 40,000 followers, lo-fi hip-hop artist, but what really matters is what we talk about in the interview. We talk about a lot of things in this video, from starting to make music in his grandparents' basement. He talks a little bit about his influences being G-Eazy, Logic, as well as different other rock and emo influences. We talk about what he did before he started rapping, how he played a lot of video games, a lot of Call of Duty. We talk about how his Xbox set on fire once. It's interesting conversations, so we hope you really enjoy it. And actually, so I made this play button as a celebration at 300 subscribers. So the fact we're at 1,000 is incredible. So if you have subscribed, if you have watched, thank you so much. Here's to another 1,000 subscribers. All right. We hope you enjoy the video. If you do, hit the like button, subscribe for more. We have other interviews like this that we've done that are going to come out soon, and we have some more planned with other artists that we're really excited about. So if this is something that you're interested in, then hit subscribe and be notified when we put out more videos like this. So without further ado, watch the video, enjoy it. Thanks.
I focus too much on what people are gonna see when they watch it, as opposed to how I need to act in front of a camera.
I definitely started to learn how to handle the whole camera situation, because I don't know if you know, but I have a YouTube channel where I basically just post acoustic covers and stuff like that, and originals, and then occasionally I'll be on Instagram Live or whatever. But aside from that kind of stuff, I've never been filmed in any aspect whatsoever. It's weird. I've never even done an interview before this. So
before this one.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're among good company, right?
Yeah, definitely. I've never really even been reached out to by any not even blogs and stuff like that. It's always just fans,
yeah.
And it's some kid from Nebraska or something will DM me, and I'm like, well, I'm glad that you're listening. It's but there's never music blogs, and I'm kind of happy about that, because that seems like an area of music that I'm not really interested in getting into, you know what I mean?
We are super surprised at a lot of the people who are really receptive to us reaching out to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what you're saying is blogs don't haven't really reached out. It's we really want to hear from the artist. So it was really awesome to hear that Samps is interested, that you're interested, even though we're kind of a humbly small channel with not a big audience. But I hopefully what sets us apart is the fact that we want to hear from the artist.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely it's a much less strenuous, even as an idea, to be on a channel with people who are just having a conversation with an artist, instead of you were talking about earlier, grilling them about super personal stuff. It's just especially when I was watching the Samsa interview, it made me really interested. I was already man, I should reach out to these guys and see if they'd want to have me on, because just it really, I would say it seemed like an experience for Samsa that was positive, it seemed like a good place for him to kind of explain his message and what he wanted to do with his music that was beyond just Twitter or something,
Yeah. And that's one of the things that we like, because my whole purpose to do this and to even have this interview in the first place, not just you but to interview people in general, was strictly based on me wanting to get to know them as people. And if we had 2 subscribers or 0, I guess, but we were able to interview people, I would literally do it for myself, for fun. And it's just from that mindset of me genuinely wanting to know about how you guys are as people, and to actually get to know you, to get to know your music better at the end of the day.
Yeah, that definitely makes for a good experience. Even as a viewer and as someone who's being interviewed, it definitely makes it a positive thing all the way around.
I would say that you have a very definitive sound, and I was trying to find like the best way to describe it is like it's very melodic, it's very smooth, it has these samples that are like jazz centric, sampling actual instrumental music. But then when you're talking about the content, it's very apologetic, and it's unapologetic and genuine and real. It's weird how your music, the same song can make you feel encouraged and happy and like kind of sad and emotional in a good way at the same time.
I think that I imagine that probably just comes from, I guess, the honesty that goes into it, because music for me was always, and probably always will be, it was just an outlet, you know what I mean? Like, it was, I never went into creating like, oh, people are going to hear this and they're going to love it. It was just like, hey, I can talk about this stuff I want to talk about now. And maybe like 4 people online will enjoy it, and then kind of spiraled out of control from there.
Is that what you because from like just learning like lo-fi hip hop, do you consider yourself like you consider yourself an artist of like lo-fi hip hop? And after even talking with Samson and learning more about what it means to him, is that like the definition that I've heard about it was like it's kind of like an art form in rap that you can use to talk about anything. It doesn't have to be about what you would generalize rap songs to be about, but you can talk about like not having a love life or like just different things. Do you put yourself in that category of like lo-fi hip hop genre, or do you not want to put yourself in a box like that, or how do you describe it?
It's kind of, I definitely don't want to put myself in a box by any means, but I certainly fit into that group, especially like the artists that revolve around Samsa to some extent in that kind of group, you know, like J Squared, like Cole Corduroy, or I guess he goes by Cole Christian now, and like all of those kind of dudes are definitely very much in the same vein as me in the stuff that they create and in the way that they go about creating. So I would say that lo-fi hip hop is definitely a label that I would fall under and that I would happily represent, but not necessarily a genre I want to box myself into.
That's like that touches on a question that I wanted to ask is that since that's something that you like identify with as like something that describes your sound, do you ever feel like that keeps you from being able to experiment or to have freedom and to explore in other types of sounds in your music?
Oh, absolutely not. I'm not sure if you've seen any of it, but I have about like 17 different SoundCloud accounts that I make everything from like indie rock to like some metal stuff here and there. You know, I have like a few production SoundClouds for different kinds of beats and stuff like that.
Oh, wow, I'm gonna have to follow down those rabbit holes because that sounds interesting.
I can definitely send you guys a link to some of them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
especially the rock ones. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
When you started music, did you have like any kind of idea or path or genre you want to start off with, or was it strictly like hip hop and then it kind of spiraled out from there, or what kind of got you into the gateway of making music?
It started with hip hop. It actually started, so I live with my grandparents, and this is always like kind of a funny way to say, I started making music in my grandparents' basement with like a Rockband microphone and like a song to a pop filter.
No way, like the game.
Yeah.
I thought you meant rock.
It all started
band,
because
like
I had
genre.
this friend
Sorry.
who he goes by Arsini in the music scene, and like I heard some of his songs, and they were all just like somewhat abstract, kind of like just talking about really like normal stuff. And I was like, hey, I could do that. Maybe I should give it a try. And then I like made a remix to a G-Eazy song that is probably still on the internet somewhere. And I was like, man, this is pretty bad, but it could be a lot worse. So I just kept working on it from there.
That's awesome.
That's interesting.
That's what inspired me to start doing music is like, hey, I bet I could do that. Just literally that reason just led to a terrible song that it could have been worse. And then I just kept making songs that could have been worse, but they just got better. And that's how you become an artist, ladies and gentlemen.
You're definitely not wrong about that one. It was weird. Wait, excuse me one more.
Yeah, no problem. How you guys doing at home? You guys doing all right? I'm not gonna cut this part out.
No, please cut this part out.
No, it's staying in.
I apologize for that.
No, welcome back. We were keeping him company.
He was keeping him company.
I was was being asked if I wanted a brownie. Figure that now is probably not the appropriate time. But,
I mean, yeah, you can go eat a. Hey, you gotta get them fresh. So if you want to take 2 minutes to go eat a brownie, I don't blame you.
Nah, no worries. I'm good for right now. But yeah, kind of just that whole cycle of like, oh man, I'm slowly improving beyond this like base level that I started at. I remember I made this song. It's called Green, and it was on an EP I put out called Sunny, and it got like after like 2 months after I put it out, it had like 3,000 plays, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my god, like that's like success. Like oh my god. And after that, it's hard to find inspiration for something like when you're not seeing any feedback, you know, like because I had no idea whether I was improving or not because I didn't have anyone to be like, hey, you're improving. But I definitely after that I was like, man, maybe this music thing is actually something I could, you know, do. And it was weird because I had been making hip hop for like 3 years at that point, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm good at this or not.
Was that like a very definitive moment, like where you kind of noticed that people were starting to like be receptive, like even to the point like 3,000 almost seems like not a lot compared to where you're at right now, but where you were, it was huge, right?
Oh
was
yeah,
that like a definitive moment where you were like kind of influenced to be like, hey, like people actually enjoy what I'm doing, like maybe I should do more of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because it didn't occur to me at the time, but this was at a point like I was still under the alias Atlas at that time, but I believe a lot of people now like kind of have a weird association between I guess the alias that an artist uses and what they're like discussing in their music, if you know what I mean. Like people hear Samsa and they think about, you know, like honesty and like failing love life or whatever, or, like Tinder. Hilarious. But,
Yeah.
Tinder should
people
sign
make
him.
like an association. Yeah, people make an association between me and like these sappy love songs now, but back then it was much different. I was really into a lot of artists like Jeezy and like Logic, and I was basically like talking about how I was a struggle rapper and like I was coming from nothing to something, but really I hadn't done anything at all.
So like that wasn't. So what was that? How like from today? What is that like 4 years ago? 5 years ago? They started making music, or that influence got like G-Eazy influenced you, Logic influenced you.
Yeah, that was definitely 2012, so 5 years ago now. Oh man, 2012 was 5 years ago. That's weird.
That is very weird. And we're already almost in March of 2017, which makes it even crazier.
We keep having stuff like that happen. Like the 90s were like almost 20 years or
yeah,
know.
Dude. Can you? I think I learned too. Like the freshmen in high school this year are the first freshman class to be born after 9/11.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
So freshmen in high school
What?
did not live to see 9/11. They weren't born yet.
Oh, that's weird.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's weird.
That blows my mind because I remember the day that happened, and it's like,
yeah,
I don't feel that much older than a freshman high school class, but I guess I'm like 8 years older than they are.
So let's talk a little bit more about 9/11. Let's unpack that.
Was it fake? Was it real?
Oh shoot. All right, where were we getting back on track then?
We're talking about 2012.
All right, I'm curious. It might just be me, but I'm still curious. Is you have you came from like high school where you had like emo like tendencies or like as an influence, right?
Yeah.
And you like have like a rock. You make like rock music like as a bracket of like another outlet. I really want to know. I really want to know like what do you listen to? Mm-hmm. Like what bands did you listen to? Because I had an older sister, and I got super into like all the bands that she was into because she had an emo kind of phase in high school as well. So I'm super curious.
Oh, absolutely. I totally understand. My high school emo phase, it started out a lot like everyone I knew is with like I was into Panic at the Disco and like My Chemical Romance, and then I got more into the awful post-hardcore bands like Sleeping with Sirens and Pierce the Veil and Bring Me the Horizon. And then it kind of started to differ at that point because I started listening to like 90s emo music. Like I don't know if you've heard of like Hum, probably heard of American Football, Mineral, bands like that were super big in the 90s and kind of like died off after that. I was like, I wonder why nobody listens to this stuff anymore. And now it's been like 4 years later. I'm like, oh, it's because it's not good.
You know what's crazy? Sleeping with Sirens. I never really came up like when I was younger from any kind of. I had like a small rock phase because my older brother did, so it was like AC/DC, like stuff like that, like mainstream rock. So it was like for a couple months. But I've always been hip hop like my whole life, so I didn't know who Sleeping with Sirens was till freshman year of college. I thought that I honestly the first time until a couple months later I thought that was a girl singing. If you've heard them,
I'm pretty sure everyone.
I thought it was
thinks
a
that,
girl,
honestly.
dude. I watched the video and I'm like, she kind of looks like a guy. And then it ended up being a guy, and I was like, what the heck?
What?
It was just the voice kind of threw me off. And
Everything I
don't
know
wanna-
is a lie.
I just judged it off the voice, and it was like, whoa, that's crazy. And now I listen to it, and I'm like, oh, that's
that dude
a guy.
can wail.
Yeah,
That-
he has some very, very high pitched keys.
Yeah. And I
But-
come from a background of like my parents playing rock and roll in the car, so I was always influenced by that.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Guitar Hero influenced like my life to like rock and roll and like so many brackets of that alternative and metal.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Were you
this and
ever
that.
like in a rock band in like high school or middle school or?
I was in a couple. None of them really took off. I had one that was almost a band, like that was almost a serious band, and this was after I'd started making like rap music under the name Atlas, and we actually have a song on SoundCloud. Our band name was Contact High Five, and we made like
awesome.
somewhat generic like rock and roll kind of stuff, like indie rock, and I've never done a rock show either.
Really?
I've never done a show
Oh.
actually, but
We played Rock Band.
that's fair enough.
I'm the same way. I was in a band in like late middle school to high school. I guess I shouldn't say the name. Like, well, our band's name was like Borrego, and then we switched it to like Sun Clutch. But like, I've always wanted to play a rock show. I don't think I never got that like opportunity to like play guitar and electric guitar and like we just had a really good drummer who carried us because everyone was distracted by his double bass and we all sucked and we didn't even have a singer, so it was pretty bummy.
What instrument did you play? Did you sing or
Yeah.
what did you do?
In that particular band, I played guitar and I sang, but as far as instruments that I play in general, most of them,
Oh really?
yeah.
That's awesome, man. I wish
The only ones that I don't really play is some like woodwind stuff.
I could. I took band in 5th grade and played clarinet for like a year, and I took guitar lessons for like a year, but I'd never like. If I can go back, I would love to learn piano or saxophone. Saxophone is my favorite instrument, and that would have been amazing to learn.
I love
That's my
saxophone.
favorite. That's my favorite thing.
It's my favorite to sample.
Yeah, I've made one beat in my life with his help, and I wanted to use the saxophone, but we didn't
Yeah.
use the saxophone. Actually, it's funny because what was it? It was you did a song. What the heck was it called? Oh, A Rainy Morning. That song produced
yeah.
by Psy with the John
Yeah,
Carpenter sample.
oldie.
That was I made one beat in my entire life, and I sampled that exact same sample that you
Oh yeah, we clicked play and then we both shot like
Whoa.
whoosh. We were like, wait.
I used that sample for a horrible beat I made a year ago.
That's
But
awesome.
I like did you start making beats after you started rapping, or did the rapping come first?
Rapping definitely came first. Because I had no idea how to do anything musical at all until like 3 years ago.
Did any
Okay.
producers influence you specifically? Or was that just come along with you rapping to see, I wonder if I could make beats too?
It's cheaper.
That's true.
Oh yeah.
It's true.
Want to know a fun fact? I've paid for one beat in my entire rap career.
Really?
Wow.
And yeah, I got very lucky being really close friends with a lot of the people who made music that I love to rap
Uh-huh.
on. It was I don't know if you heard my song about Cherry Hall's cough drops. I made when I was very
Cherry
sick.
Hall's
but
cough drop.
yeah, I made a song. It's called Cherry Hall's cough drops, and it sounds like it's about lean and like getting turned, but it's actually just about me taking the appropriate amount of medicine so that I could not feel sick.
Is that the one beat you paid for?
That's my
Yeah, that's the only one.
That's
like
funny.
getting lean, getting turnt. But I just need the appropriate dose to feel better, like when I get nauseous.
Exactly.
Are they like because you're from Indiana, and is there an actual hip hop scene there, or producer scene, or the people you meet online?
It's definitely just online because there's a hip hop scene of sorts in my town, but it's mostly like 45-year-old dudes who talk about the government and like have like four people at their show. Like I'm not gonna name any names, but it's not that awesome.
But Indiana, you know who you are.
I mean, there are some good rappers I listen to from Indiana, but they're not like they're not there anymore. Like they're touring or doing whatever, but like yeah, it's a very interesting city. Like Freddie Gibbs is from Gary, Indiana, which I heard. I'm not sure. I've never been to Indiana, but I heard that was a really bad place.
Yeah, it's not
Just
great.
named Gary. Where are you from? I'm from Gary. Oh, that's a nice town, huh?
It's a great name for a town. Gary, I think I'll name my town that.
It's funny. Are you like where is that? Like is it like a suburban area? Is it like a lot of land, city? What is it?
I've been to Gary like one time and I was like 6. As far as I know, it's kind of a more of a small city, but like ghetto and like dangerous to be in a lot of places.
Or I meant like what, like
area.
your town. Terre Haute.
Oh, my town?
Terre Haute.
Yeah, what's it like?
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. It's boring. A lot of corn. People get arrested for meth like every day.
So
Cool.
Is it small, like a small country kind of town?
It kind of has its sections. You know, like we have the one part of the town that's actually a town where there's like a mall and like all the fast food restaurants and stuff, but everything else is super spaced out and like boring. I don't really know how else to
Were
describe
you
it.
born there? Have
Honestly.
you been there your whole life?
Yeah, my whole life, unfortunately. I might be voiding my potential like sponsorship by the state of Indiana by saying this, but I don't recommend coming here at all.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not that high on my places to go list of where I want to go, but I mean, if I ever go, I'll go.
Well, if you could live anywhere, where would you spend your life? Like living right now in this moment?
Seattle.
Seattle.
You like the rain?
I really like the rain, and I
love
like
the
the
rain, man.
idea of a music scene that isn't garbage. There's a lot of places here that I would like, not here as in Indiana, but here as in America that I would like to visit, but Seattle and maybe like Portland, probably somewhere in like Wisconsin. Those are the 3 places I'd like to live.
You made a song called STFU, and it was genius because you did like the Kanye parallel that I thought was clever. I'm curious how your thoughts on how people react to when artists like grow. Like inevitably as a person you're gonna grow, and people respond to that all consistently as like whether they think you're selling out or whether they think you're compromising with your artistic integrity. Can you tell us along the lines of what inspired that song and responding to those types of kind of attacks on you as an artist, as a growing artist?
It's like I've gotten a lot more messages that are all the exact same than I would have ever liked to. It's always just someone that's like, "Oh man, your music after X song is awful." And I'm like, "Well, a lot of people disagree with you." Like, and it's always this conversation of them being like, "Wait, everyone doesn't agree with me? Like, I don't have everyone on the planet on my side, and you shouldn't go back to the stuff you used to make." And it's always like, I try to explain to people and be as like nice as I can. Like I make this for myself, you know, like I'm not setting out on this goal to like please you and I make music. But I recently, like even today, I got a message that was somebody, they were like, "I am disappointed in your music." Wow. Like,
you should have told them, well, I mean, all of it was for you, so I'm so sorry that you're disappointed.
I am typing this email with my hands on my hips.
I mean, yeah, it's just, and it's interesting because like I can understand, like you could even use a Kanye like you did, but like I could understand like being disappointed in the sense of like, dang, I wish they would have made this, but you can't hold them accountable to have to keep on making music that they've made before, because like it's like you said, it's just one person. Like I would love to see Kanye go back to how he was, but who am I to everyone who loves his music? And it's like you can't be selfish and try and make an artist do something only you yourself want to do or want them to do. So growth is like, it should happen, it needs to happen, and it's like people forget artists are people as well, and the only reason they started making music usually in the first place is because they wanted to do it.
Yeah, that's a good
So,
point.
it's-
And people fixate on like an artist as if it's like, I go to this artist to get this.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
I
yeah.
go to Pizza Hut to get pizza. If Pizza Hut wanted, I'm gonna stop this analogy because that's already it's already dead on arrival. But you get what I mean. Is like people
Yeah.
go to the artist because
Yeah.
like, I want to hear this trap beat by Future, and like, I don't know. I guess people can't understand that these are well, I guess the people who aren't selling their stuff as products. Because I would say
Yeah.
like a Future, yeah, you can go back to Future and consistently get the same brand, because I think that Future's not an artist, he's like a brand.
Mhm.
Which, that's, if you disagree, that's something for another video. But people who are just like making music and they're artists and they're people and it's synonymous, those people are going to grow and they're gonna make different music or better music or worse music depending on your perspective, and that's something that maybe you can like accept along the way.
And what about like so if we use future for an example though, I do agree somewhat, but then there's a thing of like say Migos for example, like they created, even though they could be considered a brand because you can go back to them for the same thing, they also moved hip hop from where it was to where it is now, which is their kind of sound. So like if you use Future and Migos and stuff like that, like even though they make the same music, you could say that they grew hip hop to the way that they are making music, because now everyone's trying to make music like them. You know what I'm saying? So like I wonder if that, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I know what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure to say it, but it's like I get to where you can call him a brand, but he also influenced like growth from an entire genre to go and make music the way he does. Does that make sense?
I guess so.
It's hard to explain, but
Like his influence
yeah,
moved
because he had to get there from somewhere else at some point. But I do understand though, like mainstream artists, like if you are mainstream, like if you are in that super popular position, I guess, do you think, as you being Atlas and being where you are in your life, do you think someone who's like Future, one of the biggest artists like in the world, I guess, do you think they have to kind of stay where they're at right now when it comes to making music, or do you think they should, like, obviously they should be able to extend like where they want to go, but do you think that they have a certain responsibility to keep making the music that everyone loves since they have such a big fan base, or do you think it doesn't matter based on the size?
Honestly, I think that I don't think that any artist should ever have a responsibility to keep creating the way that anyone thinks that they should. Like, if Future came out with a punk album tomorrow, I'd be thrilled about it. But like, if he keeps making like the same type of stuff that he's been making for a while, and like, I don't think anyone has any room to complain about either of those outcomes, because it's like, this is just someone creating, you know, like if you don't like what's happening now, then go back and listen to the old stuff again. Like that's the beauty of music, is that it's always there.
Yeah, and I think with people with his sound too, he just put out, I think Hendrix, but he put out an album before that. I think it was just called Future. But I was seeing a lot of people not liking it because it was different, and I wouldn't listen to it, and I was like, this sounds like any other Future project. So it was very interesting that I don't really know Future like that. I just heard about the album, so I went and checked it out for a second. But based off of me thinking it sounded the same, it must have been a very small tweak, if it was a tweak, for people to be like, whoa, this is different.
A lot of the content of that album was like him talking about like, I have a lot of drug problems, and like maybe that might have been what people were talking about.
That could have been it.
So I actually have a question from a guy named Jamie B. Classy, and I asked people, what do you want me to ask Atlas, if you were to ask him anything. So this comes from a fan of yours, and he wants to know what you did before you started rapping.
Ooh, that seems like a long time ago. So when I started rapping, I was basically a really sad 8th grader. Like that was where everything started out. So before music, I basically just like Skyped all my friends and played video games. Like that was my only outlet. Like I can't really think of anything else. It was a very weird and very solemn and boring existence before I finally started creating something.
What type of video games did you play? 'Cause I'm a big gamer too. I'm curious.
Played a lot of Call of Duty back in the day.
No
A
way.
lot.
I played Call of Duty since Call of Duty 3, and I bought every Call of Duty since then. Don't judge me.
Me too,
Bought
unfortunately.
Infinite Warfare. I bought Modern Warfare.
Man, at least you didn't buy the deluxe edition on both consoles. I have you know that I did that.
Yo, I thought about it though. I have friends on PS4 and I miss them, you know. So I understand that.
Like you bought like is it like I get you saying like you didn't buy the deluxe, but you bought the deluxe. Did you buy it because it's Call of Duty or because like you enjoy it or?
It's because all of my friends play it. Like all of my friends that I've been playing video games with since like freshman year of high school are all still playing Call of Duty, and I figured, you know, if I'm gonna be playing with these people, I'm gonna get the full experience. You know, I'm gonna get fucking both of the new games, like everything I can possibly get, season pass, so I can play all the new maps with them, all that kind of stuff.
So how old are you? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 19.
19? Wow, that's younger than I thought. So
Okay.
yeah, well I played Call of Duty, and it still seems like the people who have been playing Call of Duty, like those are still all my friends. Like all the guys I was in like freshman year in high school up until now, I'm still like, even guys I haven't seen in person for like the longest time, because I still play with them on online and stuff, because freaking Call of Duty, dude. It's just what you do.
I mean, I played Call of Duty in high school, and I played it a lot, but I kind of stopped after Modern. Wow, dang it!
Modern Warfare 3?
No, 1. But everyone had Terminal.
Modern
Modern
Warfare 2.
Warfare
Modern Warfare 2. I stopped playing after that because
Because you're crazy?
I don't know. I could be.
You
I
say
don't know
Modern
what it
Warfare
was.
2, and then you say Terminal, and then you say I stopped, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, I played Modern Warfare 2. I stopped after that was the last one I played.
So
like I really played.
You didn't play Black Ops?
Just with you.
The hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, just not
Honestly.
much. And I actually don't like zombies. Apparently, a lot of people like it.
I actually don't like zombies either.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm
a lot of
not
people
a fan
like
either.
it.
Really?
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
okay. Because
A lot
I
of people
always feel
like
like I'm
it.
in the minority. It's just I used
so
to love
repetitive
it,
to me.
but I loved it when it was the sense of like, oh, you got to level 23. We got to level like 24 last night before all this extra stuff started happening.
Yeah, now your friends are like, oh, you didn't even get to level 5,982. I can't believe it.
You didn't get the bow and the nuke? What the heck?
You
You're
didn't
supposed
blow
to-
up your Xbox on accident because you left it on for 8 days trying to finish the zombies map?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, you guys want to play zombies? Is like, let me check if I have anything to do for the next 6
Seriously?
hours.
It's like starting a game of Monopoly now. It's like, man,
Yeah, it's like
I
3
gotta
games
do
of
stuff next
Monopoly.
week. I don't know if I can do this.
I know. I'm gonna have to buy a fan to keep my freaking Xbox from overheating and catching on fire, like a hoverboard.
Dude, that happened to me once.
Are you serious?
We just say. I love how we
Wait,
say
hold
these
on,
things
hold on.
that we don't think anyone's ever done in their life. And you're like, oh, I did that one time.
I know. I use that as like a hypothetical. Like, could you imagine if that happened?
Yes,
Yeah, no, that
I can,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly.
I mean, it wasn't like on fire, but there was definitely smoke coming out of it, and I was like, well, that's
Oh my-
probably not good.
Well, I got the red ring of death, but I
I got
never
that
got
too.
that. It's like
I got that too.
Smoking up and stuff.
Dude, I had like 8 Xboxes Red Ring in like 1 year.
Oh my god.
I had a red ring, but I turned it off, unplugged all the cords, plugged it all back in, and it worked fine, and it hasn't broken since.
Well, you're one of the lucky ones.
Yeah, that's
Did you
very
become?
fortunate, I would say.
Did you become like best friends with customer support? Did you know like did you know like every button you had to be like, if you want to do this, press 3. It's you're like 3, then it's 4, then it's 5, 6,
You just
7.
know it by heart.
And then I get to talk to a representative.
And I
Yeah.
get to talk to John again. Like,
Yeah, it's Atlas.
this-
Yeah, hey John. No, yeah,
Yeah,
just
need
send me another
another
one.
Xbox, thanks.
I'm just gonna go ahead and print the same return slip. Okay. Yeah, how are the kids?
know their whole life.
There's like controversy about it that they were designing the systems to break so that
So
people
you
would go
buy
buy
new
another
ones.
one.
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Well, that kind of blew up in their face because I just gave them a call and they sent me like a bunch of new Xboxes. Sorry, guys. I have a question about more pertaining to music stuff. You have your
Yeah, sure.
you have your Keek on your SoundCloud, right?
Wait,
How-
oh what?
Keek?
A K-I-K.
Oh,
right?
a
The
kick.
Keek.
Oh, kick.
Oh, I call it. Have I been calling it Keek
I've never heard
for
Keek
the last
before.
4 years?
I believe it's pronounced
Yeah,
kick.
I think it's just kick. What K-I-K made you think of Keek?
Keek.
Keek.
I was like, what, he's like, what
I
side
don't
are you
know.
on? I don't know what Keek is.
I don't know.
Is that a feature? What is that?
How many times do you talk about Keek through? No one's corrected me in 4 years or however I've known about
honestly
it.
never heard anyone say that before.
Kick.
That's funny. Yeah.
So have you gotten any interesting interactions with fans or like?
Here, read us your DMs.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
My kick inbox is, it's like I can't respond to everyone. It's to that point now, but like I get a lot of really heartfelt messages and like that are like really long and that really it really pushes me to keep going to get that kind of feedback on my music. Like that's always been like the reason I even put that out there, is so that I can interact with people. And I don't know if it's more of like, I don't know if I put it up as a method of inspiration or interaction more, but it was definitely some combination between the two. I honestly don't like to think about them as fans. It's just like, oh, these are all my friends who listen to my music. It's like, and I try to be as personal and like have as honest and genuine interactions with them as I possibly can.
we also, what was the tweet? You saw a tweet that you don't do music videos.
Oh yeah, that was one of the recent
'Cause
ones.
we actually just watched one of your music videos, but is that like a joke, or is that like it's a change of subject?
I did one music video that I was like pressured into doing with Awake the Rapper. You probably saw that one.
Yeah, we did.
That's the only one I've done. Outside of that, I don't do any music videos at all.
I kind of feel the same way, or I've been feeling the same way. Is like music videos is kind of recontextualizing your music, and it just becomes about the visual, and it just becomes about the persona that you're putting on. That's why I wanted to ask you about it, is because it kind of, I don't know, just like the medium of using a music video to promote music kind of doesn't make sense in like the level that you're working with, like the genuine lo-fi, unapologetic. It's like you're not putting on a persona, so you're not getting in front of a camera and waving your arms and doing the thing that you
Get a B-roll
would
shot
do.
of Jordan's on.
Yeah, of the just the
Snake, the Play-Doh snake.
Play-Doh snake, rolling a
Yeah.
snake in Play-Doh. You know what I'm saying? And you're just like, just yeah, exactly.
Is that your reason?
I've never really felt the need to create a music video. Honestly, I've always, like you said, it kind of, it's almost like pressuring the artist, unless you're doing like a walk around music video of just like, hey, watch me sing this song for 3 minutes. Like, unless you're doing that, if you're actually like having a director and that kind of thing, I think it would definitely add a layer to the song that I don't want to add. You know, like to have some story that is associated with the music I've already created based on my own personal story is kind of, it doesn't really appeal to me, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it can take away from the actual music. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because like we were listening to the one guy and that skinny guy, and
The one guy and that skinny guy.
the skinny guy in the music video, and we were like, this guy's dope, but like I would
Oh,
probably,
you're talking about Awake?
yeah, or whoever was in
then
the
we
video.
then we watched with him.
Yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
I would probably like enjoy this more if it wasn't in like a video format, if I just heard it audio only.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of takes away of the music that you're making.
I would definitely agree on that.
Mm-hmm. I think though, when you get to a certain point of, and I don't think you have to, but I think like if you get to a certain point when it comes to labels and you're signing in it, like it's one of those things where like I know they make I'm pretty sure if labels didn't make you do music videos, there would not be that many compared to how many there are now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it is one of those things where it's like it was cool back in the MTV Yo MTV Raps 1990s thing because it kind of got you into it, but now you can just see them anywhere else. Twitter, all that, like you could see them if you actually really want to know what they look like. Like Kendrick Lamar did a music video for You, and I love that video. Like it just adds so much to that song for me. And obviously it's because the visual, but like the way he's acting in it, where he's drinking a lot and just like it just adds to it. Like I don't know, it's a very interesting thing. But I agree that the majority of videos, like, they're very kind of pointless sometimes.
And he has that one clear visual of him hanging out of the car window, obviously from The Dark Knight, like the Joker was. You know what I'm talking about?
I know the
He's
video,
like
but
hanging
not
out
the
the
Joker.
door window, and he's like, Well,
I've never seen The
Joker
Dark Knight, so I'm not sure.
I'm just gonna go ahead. Thank you for watching. This is TJ's last show.
It's now the Cole Zarek Hip Hop Podcast.
That's my second favorite movie.
I've never seen it.
It's great.
It's so good.
I've also never. I know people get mad because I've never seen any. I've seen one, but any Harry Potter. I haven't seen that series either.
Well, I'm not pressuring you. I don't want to be all like that person who's like, "How could you have not seen that movie? What's wrong with you? What is? Were you raised in a den?
In a den?
In a cave?
In a barn? Why a den?
Because it's like people say that to like get you to want to watch the movie, but it doesn't. It's like you get defensive and you're just like,
I'm not watching it now.
I don't have to do what you tell me you want me to do. I'm gonna just go out of my way to not watch it now.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I just no.
Do you have a favorite?
What's your
movie,
first
Atlas?
favorite?
Oh, me? Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. That's a good choice.
Pulp Fiction, my favorite. But that's probably because like my dad we used to watch it a lot together, so it has like nostalgia sentiments to it.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's just like it's really fun characters and really violent and
He's
really
my favorite director, so that's a good choice.
And yeah.
And nostalgia can add everything to like a movie or anything. Like I remember when I was younger, there was this like animated Tony Hawk movie, and I thought it was like the best thing ever. I went back and watched it like a year ago, and oh my god, it's god awful. But still, when I was watching it, I was like, maybe this isn't that bad. But I knew it was just because I was thinking back to being a younger me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Even Tony, like I think nostalgia has a lot because even like Tony Hawk games, like Tony Hawk Underground, and now you have like Skate.
I just replayed through all Tony Hawk Underground over the last summer.
Really?
Yeah, I went out and bought it at like my rec.
You have to get combo.
Oh yeah.
All in one line.
Oh yeah. Oh, that last part.
Yeah.
That's my ish. Dude.
I hated Skate when I first saw it because I'm like, why would you flick the thing back and forward to ollie instead of just hitting A? So much more work.
Did you ever get into skating or like skate culture at all, Atlas?
Oh yeah, I used to skate like every single day after school. I never got good at all, but I did a lot of it.
Dude, I'm the same way. I was like, I like doing it, but I don't like doing it around people because I suck. Took me like 2 years to learn how to do a kickflip.
Dude, I skated for a year and a half, and I never even got close to landing a kickflip. The only thing I could do is ollie and like shove it. That was my entire. That was my arsenal of tricks. That was a force to be reckoned with.
That's my favorite.
I think it's interesting how like, and I wonder if that's like a time, like just an era thing. Because I mean, I was into skateboarding a lot, like both of you, and it's like when, like a lot of people my age I'll meet, and they've had a skateboarding phase in their life, and they've had like and I wonder if that's changing now because of like technology and because of so many new things. You got like the wave board, you see people riding around with instead of skateboards, but like I don't know, it's interesting now, and it goes along with like the whole movement of people need to go outside more. And I remember when I knew where all my friends were based off where everyone's bike was outside, and it was like one of those things. But like, I think that's one of the things I do think about technology when it comes to like being negative at some point, at some degree, even though I love technology, but it's when I think back to it, I'm like, dang, like I do reminisce on a lot of things I did that I know kids that I talk to and that they don't do anymore. It's an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
crazy.
think that the world could probably use a little bit more activity, honestly.
Yeah.
It's,
a little bit more Heelys.
a little bit more
Going
Heelys.
around the parking lot.
A lot of bit more Heelys, honestly.
I'm gonna change
Government mandated ownership of Heelys, I think, is the next step in the right direction.
I'm gonna change the bio of every profile that exists to the world could use some more Heelys.
This is a new 5th grade exam, a Healy exam, if you can go make it 25 feet without falling.
Wait, because your Twitter bio has like, this is the amount of pizzas I've ate in 2017 or something.
Yeah.
Do you just randomly like think of things, or do you get inspiration from a pizza and you're like, I think people want to know how many of these I've eaten so far?
Well, it all started because my buddy Alex has a counter in his bio of how many pizzas he's eaten since, I think it was like summer last year, and it's up in like the 200s. I was like, man, I bet I could beat that in the same time frame, so I decided to start my own.
It's like a real counter, like you can't.
Oh yeah, every time I order a pizza, I bump it up.
Oh shoot. I gotta get on that because we have like a cafeteria that does pizzas like Pyology does, and then we get
I don't know
pizzas
if they have.
like.
Do you guys have? Do you know what Pyology is in Indiana?
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I realized when I
wait, you
said
said
that.
Pyology. I don't know if they have
I was
that there.
yeah, I was like, should I? Explain?
Do you have pizza?
I thought that was your major for a second. I was like,
I might major your Pyology, concentration of cheese and pizza and pepperoni.
I concentrated pepperoni. Dude, I've worked at a pizza place like the last 5 summers in a row. I may as well be majoring in biology.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I had a pizza today.
Yeah.
Today from biology.
I ate a pizza.
Huh? What?
Just like shut you down. Like I ate a pizza once. It was good. All right. Well, shoot. I mean, we've been talking for like an hour, and like I've enjoyed your company thoroughly.
Yeah.
And man, we don't want to take up any more of your time, but we know we got to wrap it up. And
It's already been an hour.
I know that hour like flew by, honestly.
yeah, seriously, I had no idea.
Is there anything you want to talk about or promote or?
Yeah, anything we would
Anything-
like to
'cause
plug, we
we've-
would absolutely include it
yeah.
in the description and whatnot.
Besides your pizza
You know,
amount of this for the year.
definitely everyone should go put how many pizzas they've eaten this year in their bio, and buy a pair of Heelys, and follow Arnold Schwarzenegger on Twitter. That's all I have to say.
This
Aside
episode
from
is
that-
sponsored by Heelys and Counter-Strike, the game promoted by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. Yeah, if they see any jumps in sales, we should get compensated for it.
Yeah.
Especially Heelys, man. Send me a free pair.
Any jumps in sales of like Terminator 2 on VHS.
Send me a pair of Heelys. I'll wear them to school. I gotta go from campus to campus. That would come in handy
Yep.
easily.
It'll save us a lot of calories to burn.
Except my toes will get all.
The last day
sore.
of my senior year, I got a pair of light up Heelys, and I wore them to school. And
I've been
Damn.
I Heeled through the halls. It was
I've been
beautiful.
going back and forth on buying a pair of adult Heelys. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but they're like online and they're $40 or $50, and I just gotta work up the courage.
Just do it. Fuck it.
Well, the thing is
Take
like
the buy.
I ride a skateboard all around campus, so it'd be kind of redundant. Or, like, I get off my skateboard and ride my Heelys holding my skateboard. And just
No,
like
balance
even
on the
more
Heelys on the
Yeah, balance your
skateboard.
Heelys on the skateboard.
Next level.
Yo, I used to do tricks. Like when we go to like theme parks and stuff, I take my Heelys.
Do a little 360.
Oh yeah, I'd be
I
going
feel
like
you.
I'd be like moving my legs back and forth and call it a trick. Like the
Man, you want to talk about Heely tricks? When I was in 5th grade, I had the Heelys that had the metal plates on the bottom so you could
like the
grind on
soap
shit.
shoes. Oh,
Yeah,
my
but
friends
we
had
weren't allowed
that.
to have the wheels in at my school because they got
Yeah, me
like banned.
too.
But I would still have the metal plates, and I would grind down the handrails at like the playground at lunch.
I was
I was the most badass 5th
I was
grader.
so jealous of my friends who had those. Damn it. Well,
That's
shoot.
funny. I was gonna ask you too. I forgot. When it comes to like your style and just things like painting your nails, for example, is that like when it comes to stuff like that? Are you just the kind of person like do you just think about I think I want to do this and then you do it, or are there any reasons or like?
Oh yeah, it's just something I want to do. Like I just think it looks cool. That's really a lot of people search for deeper meaning in that. And this isn't directed towards you. It's mostly people in my Instagram comments that are like, "So why do you paint your nails?" I'm like, "Because it looks cool." That's my whole reasoning. Like,
But I mean that's like an admiration because like even if people want to do that, a lot of them have like the masculine male like generalizations behind I can't do it because I'm a man and blah 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 blah, and I admire people who kind of go around those and don't use those as a way of living because it shows that you could it's almost like you're more free than some people, I guess, when it comes to
Yeah.
living your life. And I don't know if more free is the best way to use it, but it's just one of those things where I thoroughly enjoy people who do something they want to do because they just want to do it regardless of what others think.
yeah, it's just like maybe I am just more comfortable with myself to be like, "Hey, this is something I want to do. I'm gonna do it." But it's always kind of been my motto to just, especially like even with the way I dress and that kind of stuff, I've always just kind of done what I wanted to.
Yeah, which I think is the best way you can live your life. Well, when it comes to stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Well, I imagine if there's anybody out there who is still curious, and if you've gotten this far, how would you
You've gotten
recommend?
this far.
Well, how would you recommend? What song would you use to kind of turn someone on to your music? Like if someone were to be curious about your music, what song would you point them in the direction?
I think there's probably like two that I would definitely point them towards, and that would be they're both kind of recent. "Holding Your Hand," the song that I did with Young Bae, and then also the song I recently put out called "Anxious" with Limbo and No Idea. I think those two songs really personify really well the style and the direction of most of my music, and like the honesty that I try to put into it.
Well, I also noticed you don't have a lot of your songs on Spotify or iTunes, and I was curious if that was like a big conscious decision to just have SoundCloud be your main platform.
It's somewhere in between wanting SoundCloud to be my main platform, and I try not my best not to commercialize my music. Like I monetize a lot of my stuff on SoundCloud just so I can have like, income or whatever to buy pizza with. But like outside of that, I try not to go too commercial with how I'm promoting and like getting my music out there. And I think SoundCloud, like Chance the Rapper has talked a lot about it, how it's such a good platform for indie musicians, and I think that's definitely the right sentiment to have about it.
Mm-hmm.
So SoundCloud lets you monetize videos when you're a content creator?
I go through a company called Repost Network that's like a SoundCloud partnership program, basically.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Because I go back and forth on how I feel about SoundCloud, and they're like paying to have more minutes to upload and all the stuff that has to do with that, because you're ultimately paying to post your own self-made content on their site, and there's like a lot of love and not hate, but just kind of like stuff I have with SoundCloud.
Yeah.
It might be different for other people. I'm gonna have to get a SoundCloud Pro account because I have 1 minute left of upload time.
I actually forgot that there was like a minute limit. I like probably about 8 months ago now, someone just like randomly bought me 2 years of Pro Unlimited service, and I still have no idea who it was. And that's like $300,
Wow.
$400, like for 2 years of that. So
That is a lot
Jeez.
for a limited.
yeah, I've tried to find
That's
out who it was,
crazy.
but I have no idea.
That's pretty generous.
Wow, that's really cool. Whoever that was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Maybe swing one of those my way. Maybe 3.
Just give him your SoundCloud.
Come on, I need the pizza. All right, I need more money for pizza.
That's funny. And then I was gonna ask you as well with Windmills, the EP you put out. That was probably one of my favorite projects that I heard from you. And is it Perpan?
Perpan, yeah.
Perpan.
Perfect.
When it comes to you choosing producers you use, are you very picky when it comes to who you choose? Or I know a lot of them you said are your friends, but like, do you have a certain sound you want to go for, or is it more if someone brings you a beat, hey, I think you sound good on this, and you would use it, or what goes into you choosing what beats you rap over or make music over?
It's really just like I'll hear something and I'm like, I could rap on that, and then I do. Like that's usually like the whole process. It's just if I hear something and the person who created it is willing to let me use it to make a song, then and I enjoy it, then 100% I'm down to use it.
Do you get people who send you like beats all the time? Like,
Oh yeah, it's really nice. I basically always have like a good selection of stuff to choose from. If one day I'm like, man, I feel like making a song today, I better go through my beats folder.
Yeah, and like you said, you only paid for one beat, so more money for pizza. So I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I think this
For a
was
second goodbye of the video.
Yeah.
Since we had one already.
No, yeah, I forget what tangent I took to get us into that second goodbye. But oh yeah, we were talking about what you wanted to plug, and go to Arnold Schwarzenegger's Twitter. Go Google Healy's, and go listen to Alice on SoundCloud. We'll have his profile on the top of the description. Go click it, listen to his music, experience it, and that's gonna do it for this whole interview. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I apologize if I overstayed my welcome at all.
Oh no,
I
It's
could
the
have gone on
opposite.
for another 2 hours, so
It's the
I'm
opposite.
thinking about
Yeah,
you.
man.
I'm like, he has a life that he needs to get back to.
I know, right? We're just, bro. We are in our kitchen right
Yeah.
now, dude. You don't even. This is all like a glamorous. It's not, dude.
I mean,
We're
the
just
only thing I
chilling.
really got to get back to is I got some brownies downstairs, but aside from that, I'm kind of just chilling.
Well,
I feel it.
we'll make sure you don't eat them cold. Go get them warm. So,
For sure.
Yeah,
thanks
you.
again, Atlas. If you guys enjoyed, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like and subscribe. if you've gotten this far in the video, let us know, because you're the true fan.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And if you're friends of Atlas, hopefully you'll be fans of us, because we love doing this. We love having awesome conversations with cool artists. So
definitely.
Without further ado, my name's Cole Zarek.
I'm TJ.
And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
See you later.